Pastry with sweet cheese and blueberries. I will need 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of warm milk, that would be 108, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So I can dissolve 2 packets of dry yeast in it, and also I will add 1 teaspoon of honey to it, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 3 egg yolks, 1 stick of butter, vanilla extract, and a dish to put it all together. That's for the dough. And for the filling, I will need farmer's cheese and blueberries, and I will go over this a little bit later. If it comes to measuring your flour for pastry, any pastry, I am a big fan of scale because this is exact. It will give you exact measurements versus giving you measurements in cups, because it really is how you handle the flour. If you move it around, it's not gonna be 4 cups anymore, look. And then you will end up with a very thick, tough dough instead of nice and fluffy. Be careful with your flour. Make sure it is very fluffy when you measure it in cups. And you don't bang it, you don't, move it around, because it will lose its volume. It gets condensed and then it's not the same measurement anymore. So I have my milk about 110 degrees. I will put 1 teaspoon of honey into it. The sugar helps yeast to get active and do its magic. And now I will pour my dry yeast into it. Just mix it up. And I get very excited when I get to make those pastries, because growing up in Poland, my parents went to work before my school started. So my brother and I both had to walk ourselves to school. And sometimes there was no time for breakfast, and at school we had this place which sold fresh, everyday fresh pastries like that, and that was our breakfast. Good memories. So now I will just have to wait for the yeast to get foamy and put it all together. So now you can see my yeast is almost ready, and what I need to do is put just all the ingredients together. My sugar, my 3 egg yolks, the butter is in, some vanilla extract, and my yeast, and then mix it all together. And I use the spalta at first. After all kind of gets incorporated, I'll have to work with it with my hands. I have tried so many different balls like this doing my pastry baking, and very, very sticky, like everything sticks to the edges of that ball. And this actually is my favorite, the best I ever had. Like you can see, it doesn't stick to the edges as much, and it's just so much easier to put it all together when you're baking. Once you have it all incorporated, you can finish mixing it with your hand, and that should be about 5-6 minutes. Soft and smooth dough you have here. And now it's time to cover it and leave it out for about an hour. For me it might be 45 minutes, as I live in Florida and it's warm in here. And while I'm waiting for my dough to rise and double in size, I can prepare myself the filling. Sweet cheese, so I have about 3, and you might need only 2. I'm going to use 3 of them because 2 of my neighbors are waiting for those sweet buns, and I'm making more for myself and my 2 neighbors here, so that's why I'm using 3. But you will need 2 egg yolks and about 3 tablespoons of sugar, vanilla sugar, and vanilla extract. And I put 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, but it's really up to you. Once you mix it all together, taste it and see if it's sweet enough for you. This is what I'm making for myself, and I am in the middle. Like I don't like it too sweet, but again, guys, some of us have sweet tooth and love sweet things. So taste it after you mix it all and make sure it is right amount of sugar for you. So I'll just put it all together. And 1 package farmer's cheese has about 213 grams, 7.5 ounces. So this is how big it is. I would say 450 grams would be enough for that 500 grams of flour. So the sugar goes in, egg yolk goes in, vanilla extract, some of vanilla sugar. And there is one more thing you will need, half and half or whipping cream, because when you mix it, it will be very tough. So you keep adding the half or heavy whipping cream to it so you have the right consistency. I have about 1/4 of a cup of that half, and I will gradually put it in to see if this is enough. Since I'm putting more of the farmer's cheese, I will need to add some to it. For you, will probably be enough, 1/4 of a cup. Almost there. So here I want to show you, like, you can spread it easily, and that's how it should be, the consistency. Not watery, but not thick, just kind of in the middle. This will go on top of my pastry, and then the blueberries on top of it, and some crumble. It is delicious. And this is what happens when nobody's watching. It's like eating a cheesecake. So yummy. When nobody's watching, I can have a few more bites. And it has been an hour now, and you can see it actually tripled in size. This is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna put those away here for now. I need some flour, and like I said, I love this dish. Wonderful. Nothing sticks. I will work with it for just a minute. And I like to use scale to measure how much I have. My buns are even. And I will be aiming for about 70 for each. So I have my cookie sheets. And you will form some kind of a ball into a circle shape. Now I have all of my buns on the cookie sheet, and I will need to create a kind of a dent, because this is where my filling will go. And don't be afraid, if you have good dough, it will work even harder to rise itself up. And now I used a bigger glass to make the dent even bigger, because the sweet cheese is the most delicious thing, so I wanted more of it. I will cover it now and put it away for a few more minutes. While I'm waiting for the dough to, again, rise a little bit, I will make the crumble. And crumble is flour, sugar, and butter. Butter serves as glue to keep it together, and usually I put about 3 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter. But it's really the texture you're looking for. It has to come together, but also easily fall apart. And this is perfect. There is something I didn't say. That cheese spread I have, I did not put it in the fridge. This is yeast dough, and yeast doesn't like cold. So it wasn't in the fridge. It was just waiting in my kitchen on the countertop for my dough to be ready. And here I will put my sweet cheese in. Now my blueberries. I couldn't find the small ones, store didn't have it, so I have the big ones. And while I'm doing this, I will preheat my oven to about 340, 345. And those will bake about 20-25 minutes. Okay, and now my crumble. And for my children, the crumble is, of course, the best part of any sweet bun that I make. If I don't put it on right away, where is the crumble? Mom, you didn't do it. Okay, once you have something good in your mouth, you crave it and you want more. Here we go. 345 for about 20-25 minutes. And they look really nice. Now I have to wait for my magic sound. Beep, 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 when the alarm goes off. And my buns are ready. Whew. And here you go. If I can get that smell too over the phone, I'll come closer to give you a closer look. For sure, palce lizać. You can lick your fingers. Bon appetit! Smacznego! Those are so yummy. My children would eat only the crumble if I let them. And my buns are done. The smell is amazing. Hey, after dinner, not right now. This is how they disappear. Hey, you too. No. They don't last one day. Smacznego.